Arguably the biggest rivalry in the MCLA comes to Tempe as reigning national champion Grand Canyon takes on number 11 Arizona State. The Sun Devils have lost 3 straight and have not played since March 12th as the Lopes are coming off a convincing win over number 5 BYU. Looking at the history between these neighboring schools, it's obvious they're not fond of each other, making this rivalry that much better. With exactly 19 days off, ASU comes into the game locked and fully healthy, which is good news for a team that lost its last 3 games. On the other side, GCU was able to take down a top 5 team by 8 and looked like the team that won it all last year. Back at the Arizona State University West Campus, where the GCU Lopes took down Arizona State University with a final score of 17-12. Blaine McCormick, I'm Troy Lynch. Thank you for tuning in. But Blaine, this was a game where GCU had the lead the entire time. Yes, there was a point where Arizona State made it a 3-point game, but it was GCU right off the bat. Arizona State coming into this game, they had 19 days off. Their next game is in 2 days, so they don't have as much time to prepare, but that'll be against number 19 SDSU. And for GCU, they have to travel to Tucson and take on the University of Arizona, who's ranked 7th in the nation right now. However, this was the start of conference play for both the Lopes and the Sun Devils. Obviously a flip-flop record there, and GCU, they get the win tonight. 17-12 is the final score here at Arizona State University's West Campus. For Blaine McCormick, I'm Troy Lynch. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Walter Cronkite Sports Network production. Well, you just got a glimpse of Cassidy Pickrell and the rest of the Sun Devil sand volleyball team. But luckily for you, we have the outside hitter in studio with us right now. Cassidy, thank you so much for joining us. But let's state the obvious. You're a junior this year, but this past season was your first as a Sun Devil. You transferred from UC Irvine. Why did you decide to come to Arizona State?
And it's so hard to win, especially in Colorado State. But the Sun Devils found a way to sweep them. Good pass from Donnelly after the serve hit the net. Block and bounds. Whitney Follett starting off the second set right. We saw ASU get off to a hot start in the first, but Illinois found a way to come back and top the Sun Devils by 2. They take a 1-0 lead. Serve a little too strong. A few feet behind the back line. We've also been really focusing on Cassidy's serve lately. Jason Watson made sure he spent a lot of time with that in practice this past week. Trying to slow her down a little bit. Macy Gardner with a thundering smash.
That was a nicely timed go ball right there from Macy Gardner. The time Bianca was touching the ball, Gardner was coming in, flying in. Big gap in the Illinois block.
And that kill puts her over a hitting percentage of 100. Mediocre pass, the back bump set from Static. All the way to Burks, out of bounds. It all starts with the serve, Zach. And Whitney Follett did her job quite well.
Yeah, Follett's actually one of the better servers on ASU as far as hitting her spots and forcing Illinois to get out of system with a subpar pass.
An easy pass from Donnelly. The slide coming from Static off one hand of Cassidy Pickrell. And it's another Illinois point. Allie Stark. Serve just goes wide. Back-to-back service errors. And the Sun Devils remain on top 4-2. Reisdorf and the other Pickrell back on the court for their 6-2 offensive system. Kylie, almost no serve on the ball. It was a good one. Another slide to Static. Kylie playing a little too shallow of her own. And that slide is always so tough to defend.
Exactly. There's always a gap in the block. It depends if they see it soon enough. But ASU's had some trouble playing defense behind their block when they haven't gotten some touches. That's something Jason Watson wants to see improve as the season goes on. We'll see if they can do it in game tonight.
It's also so tough, especially when Poulter is front row and she's a dumping threat.
Exactly. You always have to honor that as well as try to get a blocker over on the slide if they're running that route. It's a lot of stress and responsibility for ASU's blockers.
That's why middle is such a tough position for anybody. Mercedes Benz trying to lob it in. Good dig from Kylie out of right back. Tough attack attempt for Macy Gardner, but she finds a way. 7th kill for Gardner. And she's only 9 away from second all time.
It's only a matter of time before she breaks that #1 spot.
Macy serve goes into the net. Saw that in the first set as well. In the game, once again tied back up at 5. ASU with 10 attacking errors, opposed to Illinois' 6. And also 4 service errors opposed to Illinois' 3. So the Fighting Illini playing a little more of a clean match. Cassidy serve beyond the 10-foot line. And off the arms of former ASU setter, Allison Palmer. And she takes a step back onto the bench.
Getting Cassidy is going to be very important for ASU as this match goes on. Want to have 2 solid pin hitters on that left side, relieve some pressure from Gardner, so when they go to her for those go-to moments, she'll be a little bit more freed up.
Bolter into the net. Bastianelli tried to go angle off the slide, but finds a whole lot of wire. Holly Harker back to serve for the Sun Devils. She's got 5 on the season so far. The set to Strizak, blocked back by Whitney Follett. And now she is tied for 5th all-time in block assists, and take one more look at it. Going to the outside. Looked like Whitney was gonna be late, but gets her arms there. She's so tall and athletic, she can do that. And the tip, try to get the pancake. Line ref says it was down. Almost thought Russell Wellman, the R1, was gonna let that play continue.
And that was a good job by the line ref. He took his time, made sure he got his call right, and good job by the R1 to listen to his linesman.
Good pass by Pickrell. Sister to sister. Off the block, Burks setting it straight back up. This time Strizak right through the seam. Somehow found the gap between Whitney Follett's hands, and she gets the kill. Illinois only down by 1. Kylie Pickrell to her sister again, this time for a kill. And they are pumped.
Cassidy was fired up after that one. Good job by Whitney Follett holding the opposing block with her 3, going hard. Allowed Cassidy Pickrell to get some free range on that block.
A junior majoring in film and media studies, transferring from UCI to play with her sister. Burks passing it straight up, well beyond the 10-foot line, a tough set. Looking for the back line, cannot get it. ASU back up by 3. And we've seen this situation before. 3-1 now the score. Top of the 4th inning here at the Diamond Devil Invitational at Farrington Stadium. Sun Devils now in the lead after that 2-run home run by Fale Lua, the freshman for the Sun Devils. Now it's the Cougars' time to respond. Maya Thomas, the right-handed left fielder. She checks in. She'll be the leadoff batter for the Cougs. Rindak starting off the inning with a ball. In her 4th inning of work, only giving up 3 hits and 1 run, which was not earned, and 2 strikeouts. Both of those strikeouts coming from the 1st inning. This one rocketed over, but too far to the left of the 3rd base line.
And for the first time in this game, Dale Rindak now pitching with the lead. And that is much different mentality for a pitcher. And I've talked to her before, and she loves pitching with a lead because it allows her to really attack without worrying about throwing that perfect pitch, as I mentioned earlier. And so the fact that she now has that cushion allows her to attack hitters a lot easier.
We talk about confidence, too, coming off of that 10-1 loss from Minnesota. Only your 2nd loss of the season. Spirits aren't going to be very high. It doesn't matter if you pitched in that game or not. But Dale Rindak gets her 2nd strike. But it looked like Katie Aguirre, the catcher, thought it was strike 3, so she throws it over to first.
1 pitch ahead, started the around the horn.
So the ball was called a strike. The count is now 2-2. Still no outs here in the top of the 4th. Thomas still in the batter's box. She's just trying to stay alive. Rindeck, she fires over to first. And the Sun Devils will record the first out of the 4th inning.
Number 24, Maya Thomas.
So now Maya Thomas, she steps in. The left fielder. Sorry for the confusion. That last batter was Brooke Vanoy, the third baseman.
Maya Thomas is one of those odd slash lines where the average matches the on-base percentage exactly, meaning on the year has yet to draw a walk. Every time she's been on base is via the base hit. So not sure if that's a plate discipline thing or if she just likes to swing a lot. Like, it's just odd that she has not drawn a walk yet.
Struck out 6 times so far this year, but she's got 10 hits and 8 runs, so.
Still producing.
Still producing great numbers, so when she does get on base, she can score.
370 is 370 no matter which way you slice it.
And with a .556 slugging percentage, too. This time, bunting right back to Rindeck. Again, she puts out the second out of the 4th. So both plays going back to Rindeck. And now she's sitting comfortably with 2 outs behind her. Courtney Klinger. She steps up into the batter's box. The right-handed first baseman. One of the seniors on the team. Only 3 seniors in the Cougar lineup. This one right at the hands, so go down as a ball.
Dale Rindeck having a very efficient day on the mound. 33 of her 46 pitches to this point have been strikes, so around the zone a lot, causing a lot of these weak ground balls that we've seen from the Houston Cougars. So they're swinging, but they're just, she is missing the barrels of the bats.
She's still looking good. Nice fastball that time on the top part of the plate. So 1-1, 2 outs. Sun Devils still up 3-1 here in the last game of the Diamond Devil Invitational, at least for this Friday night. This time swinging. She was looking for the fences that time.
Absolutely.
Don't blame her. If you have a slugging percentage of .520, I'd probably be swinging for the fences too.
I don't think I've ever had a slugging percentage that high.
Our baseball careers definitely ended a little bit early on.
My sophomore year, actually.
Oh, wow. Well, mine was freshman. I didn't even make the team.
Well, see, I got cut as a freshman, made the team as a sophomore, but then ended after that.
Oh, gosh.
That's why we're talking about the sport, not playing it.
Absolutely. Hopefully we're doing a pretty good job. Better than actually us playing.
Absolutely.
So 1-2 is the count to Klingler. This time in the dirt. So count now evened up to apiece. Rindeck only 2 strikeouts so far today, looking for a third, and she has an opportunity to end the inning.
Yeah, of the 3 pitchers ASU has, Rindeck is not so much the power strikeout pitcher. She's more of a pitch to contact, finesse your way through the lineup type of pitcher. She can get the strikeout when she needs to, but as far as being a true power pitcher, that's definitely more of Maha and Kessler.
Well, Rindeck, what she does is she gets wins. 4-0 on the season so far. No saves, but 24 1/3 inning pitched. And she's doing work.
Yeah, an ERA under .6 on the season thus far. And one of the best things about Stat Broadcast, which is the things that both of us are using for this game, is that it updates stats as you go. She came in with an ERA of .68. It's now down to .58 after 3 2/3 scoreless innings.
But Klingler still putting up a very good at-bat here. Been battling for a while. She singled her last time up. Looking for her second hit. This time chopped over to the third base. An easy catch by Becerra. And that'll be the end of the top of the 4th inning. Dale Rindeck looking good. Now it's the Sun Devils' turn to produce some runs. We'll be right back to the bottom of the 4th inning after this quick break. You are listening to the Pac-12 Digital Network.